Namaste YouTube, I'm Syra and welcome back to my channel. This is where I bring you the latest in food, fashion, and fitness with an Indian twist. Breakfast is my favorite meal of the day, and in today's video we're going to talk about an easy to make, very flavorful Indian style omelet using egg whites. I love starting my day off with a high protein breakfast. And in this recipe, we are going to make a high protein egg white omelet. And we're really going to spice it up with some really nice herbs and Indian style spices. For this recipe, we're going to only need a few simple ingredients. And the first one is egg whites. This is really the star of our dish. It's going to provide a lot of protein. One egg white provides 4 grams of protein. And once you take away the yolk of an egg, it becomes a virtually cholesterol-free and fat-free food. In my opinion, it's the perfect protein. You can buy egg whites in a carton. They do tend to be a little bit more expensive that way, and sometimes they're not as readily available everywhere. So for this recipe, we're going to use 4 to 6 egg whites. I have 3 of them already here, and we're going to separate 3, and I'm going to show you how to easily do that. In addition, we're going to use some chopped onions, some chopped cilantro, and also some chopped jalapeno peppers. Also, to spice things up a little bit more, I am going to use some red chili flakes, dried Himalayan pink sea salt, and I really like incorporating pink sea salt into my recipes. The salt is a lot less processed than typical salt, and it does have numerous health benefits as well. Finally, I'm going to cook my omelet in a non-stick cooking spray. So that's going to keep the calories nice and low and keep all the flavors in. For this recipe, I already prepared 3 egg whites already in this measuring cup, and we're going to add 3 more egg whites, but we're going to separate them ourselves, and I'm going to show you guys how easy it is. So you just take the egg, you make a little, crack it a little bit, and then basically before the egg whites, they'll start to come out, you want to start putting them into your measuring cup. And what I like to do is you just put the egg yolk side to side to get all of the remaining egg whites. And if you happen to drop a shell in here, no big deal. A little trick is actually you can use the other portion of the egg to scoop out the eggshell that's fallen in the bowl. Now that we have 6 egg whites in here, each one is 17 calories and 4 grams of protein. So we're going to get a very protein-rich breakfast. And not only that, it's going to be delicious. It's going to keep you full for longer than just having a simple carb in the morning. We're going to do 1 teaspoon of onion, and I have it chopped pretty small. And the reason for that is if it's chopped a little larger, it's not going to cook up fully in the pan. We're going to put a little bit of jalapeno peppers, and I like that because it gives it a little spicy taste. And then I'm going to put a little bit of cilantro. I love cilantro, and you can leave it out if you don't prefer it. And one option too is using de-seeded tomatoes. Some people really enjoy that in their omelet. For this purpose, I haven't used any. So I'm going to spice it up a little bit with some crushed red pepper. Put some of that in there. And then I'm going to add my sea salt. And this is just a really great addition for any dish, is using sea salt. A little goes a long way, so you'll notice that you'll be using a lot less sodium. And I know some of my friends do use a lot more spices, like they'll use cumin or coriander powder and all that stuff, but we're going to keep it really simple for this recipe. So we're just going to mix everything up, and you can always add more salt later after the dish is fully cooked. But once you put it in, you can't take it out. So I always like putting less in the beginning. And then we're going to move over to my stove and we're going to get this cooking. So the first thing is we're going to take our nonstick cooking spray and we're going to coat this omelet pan, which is already a non-stick cooking surface, but we're going to go ahead and coat it lightly with some non-stick cooking spray. In this particular instance, I'm using olive oil. I know it's available like in canola or coconut or any kind of oil that you like to use. You could just use it in a spray form. And the reason I like using a spray form is because you wind up using a lot less. I don't need a lot. I'm just going to spray coat the pan. Just an even coating. I'm going to turn the stove onto medium heat. We're going to let the oil heat up a little bit before we incorporate our eggs. And then we're going to let the eggs set before we flip the omelet over. So now that the bottom of the omelet has set a little bit, I'm going to draw the egg in a little bit. So any of the liquid that's on top, I'm going to push it to the bottom. And what that does is it creates layers and folds in your omelet and really gives it a nice texture instead of it being completely flat like a pancake. And that way I just make sure it cooks as well all the way through. Drawing the egg in. Now this is the toughest part of the entire recipe, in my opinion, is making sure that it can flip without breaking apart. Look at that beauty. And now we're going to let it cook on the other side. Now we're ready to dig into this delicious egg white omelet. I've got a fork here. I'm going to try our creation. So flavorful, yet a little spicy. This is just such a wonderful meal that you could have at any time during the day, and it's delicious. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this high protein egg white omelet recipe. The full recipe will be in the description box below. And if you have a favorite high protein breakfast recipe, please comment below. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you consider subscribing, that would be great too. Thank you so much and see you in the next one.